This morning, various media houses, media portals selectively reported that AIIMS had ruled out murder in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. Now, all of these reports were based on leaks. Leaks from forensic expert Dr. Sudhir Gupta to the media. There was no official statement that came in from AIIMS. No official statement was given. But all of them concluded that Sushant committed suicide based on what Dr. Sudhir Gupta had selectively told them. Some of them even put out snapshots of Dr. Sudhir Gupta's chats, private chats. But the truth is, there is no official statement from AIIMS. Now, how is it that if there is no official statement, there is a conclusion that Sushant committed suicide? Republic TV will continue to fight for Sushant Singh Rajput and the truth in the case. And let me go across to Prakash, who's joining us live this evening. Our fight continues, Prakash, irrespective of what people say. Because in the course of our investigation, several testimonies, and we have to go purely by the evidence that we have with us in terms of the testimonies, so many people coming on record. And even now, in the course of the last 7 days, we've had reports of people coming out. Eyewitnesses say that they saw Sushant with Riya on the 13th. Now, if that happened, and witnesses are still speaking now, the question is, how did AIIMS conclude, or rather, how did Dr. Sudhir Gupta conclude? And there is no official statement yet from AIIMS. Prakash, you spoke to him in August. What did he tell you back then? Prakash.
Well, Niranjan, as you rightly pointed out, that there is no official confirmation by the AIIMS Forensic Board as yet, but various media houses have come to the conjecture that it's a case of suicide. But let me remind you, Niranjan, that on 22nd of August, I had spoken to Sudhir Gupta, and on record, he had said that the AIIMS Medical Board is surprised to know that how did the Mumbai police not protect the crime scene, and the incidence of crime has been contaminated and led to the destruction of evidence. So it will be difficult for the AIIMS forensic team to come to any conclusion. And second, he had also told me, I quote him, because I have it on record, Niranjan, still, my conversation, we did not play out that conversation on that particular date. And he had also said that what led to the Mumbai, why did the Mumbai police do the postmortem in a hurried manner? What was the necessity? Why didn't they wait? So these are quotes of Sudhir Gupta on 22nd of August, and I have that on record because the entire country is waiting with bated breath for justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. And if it was questionable on 22nd of August, the incidents that led to the mysterious death of Sushant Singh Rajput on 14th June, it is still questionable. And the people of India and all across the globe want justice for Sushant Singh Rajput because he died under mysterious circumstances. And yes, the various testimonies that the Republic TV has shown and the investigative details that we have unearthed leading to various angles of investigation surely leads to something which is very suspicious, and he died under mysterious circumstances. So when the AIIMS Medical Board Chairman, Mr. Sudhir Gupta, had quoted on 22nd August after looking at the papers that were ascertained to him by the CBI then if at all, if we believe certain media houses, there's been no official communication by the CBI or the Forensic Board of the AIIMS till date, but we can say it on record that he had told me all these things on 22nd of August, and I quote him. Because if the questions were raised then how can the AIIMS board be convinced that it is a case of suicide? We ask these questions, but they are experts. They can give their own analysis, and we'll wait for them.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Prakash, stay with me because I also have Abhishek joining us now on the phone line. Let me go quickly take in a word from Abhishek as well. Abhishek, this morning, some channels which have been very eager to rule out murder all along in the last 108 to 109 days Those channels were the first to put out that Sushant committed suicide. It was not murder. In fact, the first lines with which they went on the story was that Sushant committed suicide. It was not murder. They all said it was not murder. Suicide theorists face a setback, etc. But the fact is, let's go by the facts. The facts are, there is no official statement from AIIMS. The CBI hasn't ruled out homicide. On August 22nd, I saw the date, Prakash and Abhishek. On August 22nd, the AIIMS, forensic expert Dr. Sudhir Gupta also told us that he was shocked. With how the crime scene was contaminated. He said a lot about how, he spoke about evidence, and he spoke about how that everything was not in order. He said, we want the report, we're asking for more details, and we're shocked with the handling of the crime scene. Now, what do you make of this? There is no official statement. No official statement. CBI hasn't ruled out homicide as of now. What do you make of it, Abhishek?
Niranjan, if true, this is going to be a setback for justice for Sushant. Having said that, there are things that are not adding up. You mentioned rightly that the same AIIMS board was questioning a lot of aspects of the investigation, which left much to be desired so far as the handling of Mumbai police or by Mumbai police of the crime scene is concerned. We as yet have no answer to the issue of forced entry. We as yet have no answer to the issue of terrace being used to enter Sushant or access Sushant's room, which had one exit and egress to the terrace of the building. And then we don't have answer to the angle in which the body was found hanging, and we don't have answers to the ligature marks. Interestingly, these are the same set of questions that were asked by the same AIIMS board, and now for them to selectively leak this conclusion without actually giving any details of whether those questions which they themselves asked have been answered or not, clearly indicates to something amiss. It would be in the fitness of things if the AIIMS board comes out with a statement, proper release, possibly sharing some details from their report which they have given to the CBI. And silence of the CBI also, Niranjan, is a little mysterious, given the fact that while the whole campaign was about Mumbai police not reaching anywhere for 70 days, it's been about nearing 50 days now, 45 days now for the CBI as well. And for them also to maintain the kind of silence that they have clearly shows that perhaps the appreciation of evidence has not been possible, and that has not been possible because the evidence was tinkered with. So whether the CBI is in a position to really speak on destruction of evidence, tampering of evidence, tinkering with evidence, and that having a bearing on the AIIMS board report, all those questions need to be answered, both by the CBI as well as the AIIMS board. They cannot go by the Cooper doctor's report, and that is something which we look forward to both from the AIIMS and also from the CBI, Niranjan.
Yeah, and let me go back to Abhishek. Thank you for that.